What's going on, guys? Yeah, I guess one of the first questions that I like to ask is, what is your religious belief? What do you believe in? Who do you believe in? Um, I'll speak for myself, guys. I'll say that from someone who was raised in a Christian background family with a African Methodist church physical home, I learned a lot. It was a good vibe. But as I became a little bit wiser and I got older, I started to allow myself to explore the mind that God allowed me to have. And I do feel like we all should allow ourselves to be liberated enough. You only get one life, so don't fall for any information that's provided to you without researching it yourself. Even if your parents gave it to you, even if your grandmother, your great grandfather, even if those people give it to you, hold them accountable, and then hold that information dear to you as you continue to live life. Because I'll tell you at the end of this story how everything came back kind of like full circle for me. I don't know if anybody else has actually just put down the Bible or put down their religion, the Quran, any religious material or orthodox way of living to just do what they want to do. I did that. I just went ahead and jumped straight into the flesh. I didn't hesitate. I went head first. And I didn't care. I was telling the woman I was married to at the time, like, yeah, I don't really believe in God. And, I've lost that belief system. And, I think what it was just human stress and depression allowing me to just turn my back on God, as I look at it now. And even though we all can be aware of that, I just kept purposely going. I didn't care, But after so long of living without any religious any religious belief, I got to be honest with you, it was only a matter of time until, I started to question that lifestyle as well. I was wondering like, hey, I'm enjoying this 10 to 11 years of just straight content of being awoke and understanding life and breaking down conversations with Neil deGrasse. I'm all over the place. I'm learning everything that I could possibly imagine about the earth we live on. I'm listening to religious content. I'm listening to spiritual content. I'm listening to everything that I could see that possibly would maybe provide answers. And even after all that searching, I've never been able to really get an answer of the meaning of life. And I've watched every debate, every Christian and atheist debate. I took in a lot of time to try to see if I could reason with a lot of the information that I ran across. And none of it, I'm just as, lost as I was when it came to proving God exists as I was when I was 13, 14 years old, being an usher at church. So I've came to the conclusion that make your own determination about what you're going to do. Myself, I chose to start to communicate back with God, and I chose to just be honest with God himself and say, hey, I'm not really sure about this Jesus Christ situation, about him being down here and, and ascending back up to you, and I really don't know about all that, and I prefer not to put so much emphasis as I believe in you on those things, because if I die, I'm going to have to take the loss of understanding that, I wasn't able to process that information that was given to me. I live in a world that's full of trickery. And, they told me a fat white man come down my chimney and give me presents, and I, if that's still being pushed, at this point, I really don't know what to believe. I felt like it's better to figure out your religious connection, whatever keeps you sane and whatever gives you purpose. I got to be honest with you, walking with the God that I choose to serve, which to me has a religious background of Christianity. That's what I've chosen to stick with. But I have allowed myself to alter my own belief system. I respect that. I ask everybody to respect that, because I definitely wouldn't tell you that you have to do everything that's in that book or any book that you read. We all have to accept life and death on our own. And I'm willing to do that. And I want everybody to be, at a point where they understand their belief system. Don't be lost, because being lost when it comes to having any kind of belief, you got to believe in something. You got to believe in something. Something that makes you morally conscious in a good way, so that you can survive and have good energy surrounding you and coming from you. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Tap into the comments, let me know what you think about the conversation, and also, share with me any stories. I will respond back to any comments.